How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we're going over another episode of Previously in DBS where we go over the week's news in all its glory at the end of the week, showing off what we have revealed so you can see it in one go rather than look it over the week and seeing it by day. You can just wait to the end of the week, see it in one go, and have it all together. And we haven't had an episode for this in a while because we haven't had much information or any new information to go over. Like, we have the locals, but I normally cover the locals on my Facebook page, which if you want to check out is in a link to it is in the description box below. But since Thursday we've had San Diego Comic-Con, where Bandai have released a load of stuff about the new series main set, the anniversary box, the starter decks, and the new mechanic. So we've got a lot of information to go over. Look, I'm only going to put in the official stuff that's been revealed properly on our Facebook page, and the trailers and stuff. Not the stuff that we've seen from Comic-Con. We've had it like going around in pictures taken by people at the event, because a lot of those pictures are taken by people who have taken pictures of it, and the quality's been very bad. So you either can't, like, some of the stuff, like from the anniversary set, you can see. Well, there's no anniversary set there, but some of the pictures taken, we've got like half of like a picture, like just showing like without the text, things like that. And then ever showing like blurry, like where people have not stood still to take the pictures. So if you do want to check out some of the terrible looking pictures or some of the stuff to try and make up the effects, which you technically can, but the pictures don't look that great quality, you can go into the description box below, go onto my Discord, look for the Dragon Ball Super area, and check out the spoiler channel to see what everybody's computed, because a lot of people on my Discord have contributed to different photos that you've seen from different sources to try and see as much as we can about the spoilers. So if you want to check out that's anything that's not in the trailer or not in the in this video, then go to Discord and check it out. But without further ado, let's check out the trailer.
After countless battles have been fought, the fighters seek a new awakening. The Dragon Ball Super card game reaches the dawn of the Z Legends. DBSCG's newest series is here. The Zenkai Series arrives, rewriting the rules of the battlefield. New fighters step forth to take command. Zenkai leader cards and Zenkai battle cards.
So with that's new mechanic essentially. There's a trailer which I'm not going to go over explaining the new mechanics. I'll probably go in a video to explain it a little bit easier once we get some of the questions answered, because there's a lot of questions about it. But essentially, with the new mechanic is you have new cards like Z leaders and Z battle cards. And those are cards that don't go in your main deck or anything like that. They go into a new deck called the Z deck, which is next to your leader, as was shown. And in that deck, you contain up to 7 cards. And restrictions, like deck building restrictions on that deck, applies the same as it would in your main deck, in your normal deck. So you can only have 4 copies of any card in that Z deck, and also deck building restrictions apply with things like Janemba, where that one that says you can't include cards with energy cost of 5 or more in there. Same applies to the Z deck. And as well as that, you pay for cards in there with Z energy, and you have two different cards that it showed: Z leader and Z battle card. A Z battle card requires you to pay its actual printed cost, like you would in a normal battle card, plus the amount of Z energy printed on the card, and the Z energy is shown in the little stack card icon underneath the cost. And then for Z leaders, you got to meet the Z-Awakening requirement on the leader, and also pay the Z energy cost, which is also shown in the same thing in the same place as it would on the Z battle card. But the get Z energy, which you might be asking, is quite simple. It involves comboing. So when you enter a battle and you combo a card, at the end of a battle, instead of it going to the drop or being played by an effect that it might have on it, like it is currently, at the end of a battle, you can choose to place one of the cards you comboed with in your Z energy instead of placing it wherever it needs to go, to board or to drop. And this can be done once per battle, so you can do it multiple times a turn. You can only do it once per battle. So, and you can only do one card from the combo as well. So if you swing with something and combo one card, you can then choose either send that card to wherever it's meant to go, drop or play it if it's not on auto, or place it in your energy in your Z energy instead. But if you swung with a card and then you combo two cards, you can choose one of those cards to use the energy, and the other one will get a drop. You can only charge one card from your combo per battle. So as I said, you can combo multiple times in a turn by attacking multiple times, or conducting battle multiple times. You can do it during either player's turns. You can even charge while comboing defensively or offensively, which is quite nice. And the play Z card. So for Z battle card, as I said, you pay the pretty cost on the card and also play the Z cost. So it's like, say if a card had 2 cost on its printed cost and then 2 Z energy, you essentially play 2 of your normal energy for the main cost, and discard and send 2 cards from your Z energy to the drop to pay for the Z energy. And say when a leader, you fulfill the conditions for the Z-Awakening, and also pay the Z cost, fulfill the conditions, and then send the amount of Z energy required in the little stacked icon for the Z energy from your Z energy to your drop. So that's how it works. And just like with an extra deck, if you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh!, an extra deck is an extra deck you have where you can look for any point you want and then play cards as long as you meet the conditions. Same thing for this. You have the Z deck, which you can look through at any point you want at any time to glance through it, to see what's in there, or see what you got in there, see what you want to play from there, or even read the cards in it. But your opponent can't look in it; it's only accessible to you. So that's how it works.
Dragon Ball Super Card Game Zenkai Series, Dawn of the Sea Legends. The first entry in the Zenkai series assembles characters from all sagas. The negative energy in the Dragon Balls heralds the arrival of a dark scourge. The Shadow Dragons are here. Opposing them are Son Goku and Vegeta. After an SS4 awakening, they make a stand against the darkness. But the battle is about to heat up even further. Use the power of the new Zenkai Awaken mechanic.
See, this is what I like. This is probably one of the most hyped parts of the trailer for me, because we get some GT stuff. Like, so Red is covering GT in this set, and it's covering the Z fighters, Goku and Vegeta for one side, for the good side, and the Shadow Dragons for the bad side of the Red. Because normally for each set you get like one of the hero, one of the villain, and Red is covering GT for this side in this Shadow Dragon arc, which is quite cool because we're getting a new Shadow Dragons. I do like the Shadow Dragons as well, and quite interestingly as well is for the Shadow Dragons, we're getting it a little bit different to how we got for the other ones. For the other ones, it was flipping from either side from Sin to Sin on both sides, for Sin to Sin from the yellow and Xenosin to Xenosin for black. And for the red one, it actually goes up a whole chain of all its stages. So it starts off on the front side, the Untitled side, as the negative energy 1-star ball, and then when it awakens, it flips over and turns into Sin Shenron, which is pretty cool. And then when you Z-Awaken, it then goes from Sin Shenron to Omega Shenron, because as you didn't know, Sin Shenron is Sin when he has the Dragon Ball 4, because that's his Dragon Ball, and then when he absorbs all the other Dragon Balls from the other Shadow Dragons, they all go to his chest and he becomes a Mega Shenron. So that's quite cool. They did that, and I was a bit disappointed when I saw that the Awakened side for the Red leader wasn't a SS4 Gogeta like I would have wanted for GT. They do kind of make up with that by making a Z leader as SS4 Gogeta for the deck as well. So that's quite cool. So this red is like a color I really like in this game, and it's going to be interesting to see what these are. These are what I'm most hyped for, mainly the Shadow Dragon one. So that is cool.
Mechanics to seize victory. After enduring Master Roshi's daily training, it's time to take on the best of the best. But will these young heroes have what it takes to stop King Piccolo?
So this is cool. That so for green, it's following the OG Dragon Ball, so the original Dragon Ball series, and it's going for the World Martial Arts tournament at the end, where they're fighting King Piccolo Jr. As you saw, they got a new trait as well with the good side, being the Turtle Skull is a new trait for this, because as you saw for the leader on the Awakened side, for it is Roshi, Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha being the master and his students. And interestingly enough, all those characters on the card, so it means that things like Feet Kamehameha, are playable for that lead because it's got Goku on it as well, and it's Goku, not childhood Goku, which is quite funny. And then on the villainous side, we've got King Piccolo awakening into Piccolo Jr. And as we'll see in a bit, has also, and this one is not, both leaders don't have a Z-Awakening Z leader for this one. King Piccolo Jr. has a Z leader for his, and they have a Z battle card for the Turtle Skull, which is quite cool. But it's nice we get a new trait of the Turtle Skull, which is something was been long awaited really for some, like, yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a crane school for TN and stuff like ages ago, but then as we've seen with some sets, they're like getting more and more traits for things, and hopefully it's a trait that we get more of, unlike like same with like we had Pride Troopers. We haven't got much for Pride Troopers, which was would be interesting to get a U11 deck focus on the trait Pride Troopers, which would be cool. But this is quite nice, and but we did get a lot of these cards for green spoiled at San Diego. As I said, if you check out my Discord, you can see in the spoiler chat to see some of the not great quality pictures of them, where you can kind of make out the event effects. But this looks better. This looks like a decent, like two decent green decks, which is a nice step forward considering how we had set 5's terrible, not set 5, set 15's terrible green decks. And we're finally getting some better ones. Like we had the cooler deck, we had the King Cold deck, and we're getting some strong ones, and these look pretty cool as well.
Hello. Taking their master's teachings to heart, it's time for the students to show what they're made of in the ring. In another world, the Kai's watch as a tournament big enough to shake the galaxy goes down. Goku and Paikuhan face off as their fists and spirits.
So that looks hype. Like this has me hyped because, as I mentioned before in streams and everything, I've really wanted the Otherworld tournament to come to the card game, which we're finally getting. Like we've not had, and we finally get it. We finally get the Otherworld tournament in the Otherworld tournament saga in the card game. Finally, it just happens to be blue, which is my least favorite color of the game, but we finally get it at least, and we look to finally get a new Pycon lead that's actual Pycon deck, unlike the last one where it was Vegito deck, no, a Gogeta deck with Pycon on the cover, which was really bad, like really disrespecting Pycon. But we finally get a proper Pycon deck, and also using the Japanese names because, as we saw, it's Paikuhan for this instead of the English version Pycon, and as well it would be an Otherworld tournament in the English version, and in the the Japanese version it's Another World Budokai instead of Otherworld tournament, which is quite cool. But we're finally getting a new Pycon leader, and by the looks of it, we had the Z leader that you saw a little bit there, revealed at Comic Con as well, which is has effects around top decking cards, which is quite cool. So is I don't know if it'd be viable where you can like lock people in so when you haven't seen the same cards over and over again, like lock them out to get any new cards. But I'm not sure if that's going to work with Dragon Ball, where you can draw so many cards. You draw one at the start of your turn, draw one from leader when it swings and stuff, or when it uses effect to draw, and it ever effects that can draw or shuffle your deck. So it'd be interesting to see if that could be a thing. But I'm hyped for Pycon finally getting another World Tournament. It's just a shame it's not inside like a theme booster where you could have had the four different quadrants as the different colors, and then Grand Kai is the black one that works with the rest of them, and like the leaders could be the Kais, and then the archetype could be the fighters they brought to the tournament. Like that could have been a good idea, but instead they haven't gone for that because they cut theme boosters down because of how badly they did set the second one. And yeah, it's a shame they're gone. But we're finally getting another World Tournament in the game. That's what I'm hyped about. We're gonna take it as a plus.
Shockwaves across creation. Fighters who once fought with their pride on the line, with his allies living on within him. Bardock prepares for the fight of his life. The demise of...
So we're getting another Bardock lead, which is interesting. We haven't had one since the red one back from a few sets ago. And even that one was one where they used some of the cards from the archetype in a different deck. Like used some of the 1-drops from that deck into the King Vegeta deck, but it was very aggressive and very busted. And Bardock's crew in this whole game has been a massive joke. It's been so bad. Like their stuff hasn't been great. It's been it's like one of the biggest jokes in the game being the Bardock's crew. So maybe this could be it. Like the art looks really nice, the Awakened Leader, and even this art looks really nice. So if you can get a better Bardock's crew, and maybe since it says about the demise in them is crew living on through him. Could be an interesting archetype for it. But as well, we're showing the other side of yellow in a bit.
Bardock's crew will not be in vain. The Dark Empire stalks from the shadows. Demon God Salsa and Demon God Shroom join the fray. Their true power unleashes with Zenkai Awaken, delivering a...
So here we get a new Shroom Assassin lead. So I'm not sure it's going to be a reboot of the old one. Or if it's just a brand new one, but it gets a Z-Awaken, and also they go from the normal forms to furry forms. So yeah, for all furries that enjoy this, there you go, like Digimon-esque apparently looking characters. And we get some interesting looks at some other cards for black. So we get the Goku Br and a King Vegeta Zeno over here on battle cards. Then we get a new free specified cost black Unison Engravian Poutine. So that might be something new to something that'd be cool to work with the Token Tower deck. The Token Tower deck does look pretty fun. That might be a new option for it. And then we get a new Dark Broly card, which could be interesting to bring, maybe improve the deck after it got some heavy erratas because it was quite busted. So maybe that'd be a nice addition to Dark Broly maybe.
ruinous end to all who oppose them. And from the movie Dragon Ball Super, superhero, Son Gohan, Piccolo, Pan, they're all here and ready to fight.
So that's quite cool. So we see the other half of what yellow is going to be. And like with the last set, we had superhero make a debut in the card game. We've got it in this one. Like in the last one, it was around the gammas and the androids and red and stuff in blue. And for yellow, for this one, for this set is in yellow with the heroes. So that's quite cool. They put the one side of the movie in blue in the last set, and then the other side of the movie in yellow in this set. And it's all around the leader for the Piccolo, and then a Gohan being the Z battle card. Then we see some of the characters in new forms with adolescents Goten and Trunks, Bulma and Pan as well, like grown up a little bit more. That's pretty cool. And some of these effects have also been revealed. Some of these cards for this deck are revealed at San Diego, and some of them are quite strong. So once again, if you want to check that out, check out the Discord.
Dawn of the Z Legends features 292 cards in all, including many that recreate your favorite Dragon Ball moments. There are also 3 SCRs, and with them, the return of a God Rare. Witness its divine splendor for yourself. Buy a 24-pack box and get 1 SR or SPR as a bonus box topper. Premium pack sets will also be available. Each set includes 4 Dawn of the Z Legends.
So this is interesting. So we get a box toppers again, which is quite cool, as it makes it more valuable to get a box. And with the premium pack, like usual, we get 4 packs and 2 promos. And this promo has been shown on the website. If you go on the premium, look at the premium pack on the website, it's a you can see Vegeta Zeno promo card, which helps out these Vegex decks. If you're a fan of Vegex and want a bit more support, you've got it in the premium pack.
Packs and 2 promo cards. And be sure to join your local pre-release. To commemorate the start of the Zenkai series, Super Saiyan Blue Sun Goku from the first ever booster set is getting a long-awaited reboot.
I don't get what they mean by long-awaited, because I want to know who actually requested this, because from what I've seen, no one's requested. I know this was a leader that got a promo version before the game came out, or like that advertised the game at, I think, Gen Con or like a convention in America, and it had like the coming soon side of it, like the promo version. And this is not a reboot of Soul Striker. We've already had that, and they actually said this is the Set One Blue Super Saiyan Blue Goku leader, which is all about getting the 7 energy and doing stuff like that. Like, who asked for that leader? Because that was never played, or I've never seen that be requested for a reboot anywhere in like comments when they do the survey or anything like that. Like, I've seen more requests for things like Set 2 Android 17 reboot, OG Broly reboot, like ever leaders like from earlier sets want to reboot, and what we get this? Yeah, I don't get why. Like, who was after it? Who was longly awaiting it?
You'll also be able to get your hands on a Son Goku Zenkai leader card. And for the first time, 4 starter decks will be available at launch. Pan, Trunks, Gotenks, Son Goku, Each deck is built around a reboot leader and includes the new Zenkai leader and Zenkai battle cards.
So this is quite cool. How we got 4 starter decks to go with the set, like how we at the start of the Union Warrior series, we had 3 starter decks involving a new mechanic to get you issue with it, like just that you can just add cards from the sets to it to make it stronger. And the same thing goes for this set series. We've got 4 this time, so 1 of each color. Like black is not a feature of the starter deck this time. And they all have a Z mechanic and all reboots, as they said. So we got the blue one's a reboot of the set 10 trunks, which is quite cool. And the red one is a reboot of the set 3 pan, which has been highly sought after for a reboot, like requested loads that I've seen, and we're trying to get one. Green is of a reboot of the set 11 green Gotenks, not the promo leader, the set 11 one. And then yellow is a reboot of the set 3 or 4 Goku leader that flips over to an imp and then is revolved around searching and playing Bulma cards. So that's pretty cool, and you will get a Z card as I mentioned. So you get a Z battle card for blue and red, and then a Z leader for green and yellow, which we've seen the effects, we'll see them in a bit, and they're pretty strong, pretty cool.
Each starter includes a Zenkai start pack with 1 of 4 exclusive Zenkai cards.
So this is quite interesting as well with the starter decks, is when you buy one, with it you get a, I don't know, in it or with it you get a promo card. And these are 4 different promo cards to help boost the starter deck, so you get 1 for each colours, but it's at random, not the one you're not getting the one for the deck you bought. You get a random one, so you can essentially buy the yellow one and get a promo for the blue one, or buy the red one and get a promo for the green one. So you've got a chance to get the one for the colour you're getting, or if not, you get a random one. You can even buy 2 starter decks for, like, say if you want to get 2 of the yellow starter decks, you can buy 2 of that and get a promo for the blue and red one, which if you don't get those, they're not useful. So that's a bit odd, but it is what it is, Bandai logic, eh?
There's never been a better time to jump in. Which starter deck will you choose? Zenkai Awaken into a new era. Don't miss out. Dragon Ball Super Card Game Zenkai Series Dawn of the Z Legends. Check the official website for all the details.
This is what I love at the end of the trailer as well, when they got this little bit of text saying all card text is under development and is subject to change upon release. Card text is for mechanic explanation purposes. They mentioned this because, remember, with the Unison Warrior series, they showed off, before they did the series, they had 2 expansions that came out just before it, each with a Unison in it to show the mechanic and show the cards. And when they showed the mechanic off before it was released, they had the effects of the Unison, of the Gotenks Unison, and it looked really, really strong, like a bit busted. And then when we actually got the card, the text was totally different. Like the effects were totally different than what was shown. So that's why they put this text in, because we had that situation. So that's the trailer. Let's have a look and see about the cards revealed. So first we get a look at the Zenkai Series Set One, which is set 18 pre-release promo. So we got the leader with both sides and the Awaken leader. So with the Awaken side, the front side, we got is a Son Goku. It's got the auto win its card attacks. You draw a card and it gets 1k power per turn for each card in your energy. So it gets, like, the longer the game goes on, the more it charges. But at least unlike the other one, it draws as well as just gaining the energy, which is nice. Like that's what most reboots do. They get a bit of draw on the front side, or a better front side as well. And its Awaken is when your life is at 3 or less, or you have 4 more energy. You draw a card, switch up. You draw 1, untap 1, and then you add it to 1 blue god card from your drop to your energy and use the energy. And do notice how the text on the Awaken, like it used to say with Awakens. After that, like flip your leader over, but it no longer has that bit of text because now that bit is in the Awaken mechanic. So I kind of been surprised how people haven't jumped on that, because I remember, like, when there's a little bit of difference to the like text, when Bandai tried to sort on text to make it a little bit easier, like, because it's like, if any slight changes, people jump on to, like, the Bandai posts and start complaining, like moaning about, like, oh, this blah blah, being all like really anal about it. But I haven't seen anything about that now, so it's quite interesting. It just shows you what the effects are, and then it, like, automatically, Awakening you're flipping over. So just to cut that little bit of text to make it a little bit less less bulky with text, which is cool. And then when he flips over, he goes into Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku Returns, and now he's got a permanent, like the I don't know if the other one had, but a permanent where if you have 7 or more energy, so it goes on, if you got to go into a long game to get this, and it doesn't have any ramp from the leader, so I don't know if there's going to be anything that can ramp it for this. But if you have 7 or more energy, this card gains critical, and it's got an auto when it attacks. You draw a card, so still got the draw. It still gets the 1k power for the turn for each card in your energy, but also now counts the energy. So it gains a K for 1k for any card in your energy and Z energy, which is quite interesting. And then also additionally, if you've got 5 or more energy, so do note there's a difference between Z energy and Z energy. So this only counts the energy you actually charge every turn. It gets double strike if you've got 5 or more. So that's interesting. So if you get the 7 more energy, when you swing you get draw 1, extra 7,000 minimum to the leader, and you get critical and double strike. So that's a really long way. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's interesting. And then we go to the Ultra Instinct Son Goku Limitless Awakening being the Z leader for this card. That's the Era promo. So this shows that Z Awakening, 2 Z energies, the cost is required, and here's the Awakening. He's got critical and double strike, which is quite cool. So the way to play this is you've got to flip over to a blue Son Goku. So you got to pay 1 blue energy, have your life at 3 or less, and have 7 or more energy. Then you can evolve on top of blue Son Goku by paying 2. So you got to pay 1 energy, have your life at 3 or less, and have 7 or more energy, and send 2 cards from your Z energy to your drop area to evolve it on top of a blue Son Goku. That's how you drop it essentially from your Z deck. Then it's got 2 autos. First one being when it attacks, you draw 1 card and it gains 1k power for the turn for each card in your energy Z energy, similar to the leader's side, like the leader, the Awakened side of the leader anyway. Then it's also got another auto which once per turn, by paying 1 blue, you place 1 of your Z energy in its own drop area, and then when your opponent attacks with a battle card, negate the attack. So that's quite interesting, having a little negate like that. But you got going to really late game to drop this. But having a 20k base double strike crit leader, a 20k that still draws as well on both players' turn, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. But you got to like way into the game to drop that though, which is wow. And that is the normal one. And you got to see with the winner promo one, I think it's for both. No, it's only for one. You get the extra gold in the effect, like around the like the power, the Z cost, and stuff as well. So that's what the winner look and one's going to be like. Then we get as well when they were showing this at San Diego and on the YouTube channel. They also have tutorials for the new series, for the Zenkai series at San Diego, and with that came some decks you can get with some to try out the mechanics. So for this, we got a new promo leader from that, being Son Goku flipping over into SSB Son Goku Battle for the Universe, and this is a Son Goku Br, so yellow Son Goku Br, and it's similar to the draft box leaders in that it's got critical, 10k on the front side, permanent where it's treated as red, blue, and green as well, so it's all colours essentially. And then the autos when it attacks, if your opponent's leader's back facing up, so if they're awakened, you draw 1, then you awaken by being at 4 or less life by drawing 2 cards. And then when it flips over, it's still got the permanent to be all colours, and now it's got an auto where when it attacks, you draw 1 card, and if your opponent's leader's back is facing up, it gains critical for the turn. But for some odd reason, on the front side it got critical in the red, like the red box, like normal. But in this one, they've got the little things on the side. I can't remember what they're called. Like I'm blanking now. But so either they've done odd text of it, or like they've misprinted it, which looks to be the case. Which is yeah, this might be something that where they're gonna issue a errata or something. Like they do this quite often when they mess up the text or something, and before you get like misprinted cards, which isn't great. But also as well as that, you get a Z leader for it, so you can try a new mechanic and a Z battle card as well. So you get a Z-Awaken SSB Son Goku surmounting the impossible. So this is one that requires, so Z-Awaken you require to pay 1 energy, have your life at 2 or less, and send 2 cards from your Z energy to your drop area to evolve on top of Son Goku Br leader, a yellow Son Goku Br leader. And now it's a 20k leader with critical base, also treated as all colours. Now it has when it attacks, you draw 1 card and it gains 5k power. So you swing, you're a 20k base, and then when you're swinging, you're a 25k base critical leader that draws 1. And you've got an activate battle for 1 energy. If you have a Vegeta BR Z battle card in play, it gains double strike for the battle. So that's quite cool, and you can get it by this SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible here. So to pay this card, you need to pay 1 energy, and also send 1 card from your Z energy to your drop to play it out to your from your Z deck to your battle area. And it's got a permanent where if your leader card is this Z leader. Yeah, if your leader card is this Z leader next to it, you gain 10k power and double strike on the battle card. And an interesting order where you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. When it's played, you add up to 1 card from your life to your hand and then draw a card. So that's quite cool. So it is unique though, so you have to wait until this is gone. But then when it is removed, it's removed from the game. And yeah, so you get to have a bit more self-awakening with this, which is quite interesting. So you lose a card from your hand by putting it at the bottom of the deck to then take a life and draw 1, which is quite cool. So that's the introduction deck exclusives, which so US is getting them at San Diego, and hopefully the rest of the world gets some events at this that are locals, which would be interesting and be cool because they're all promos. And then we've got the starter decks. So we got the first information, so Bandai set on the Facebook page, they showed off the leader and the Z card they're getting, but they didn't show off the exclusive from the deck. So head to Discord if you want to check those out. I think we've got some of them on the. I think they've all been revealed. There's also Eggman and Android. No, Stage Zero. They've changed the name to Stage Zero, who have the exclusives shown on their channels. Different one. I think one has 2 colors and the other one has the other 2 colors. But for the pan lead, it's been rebooted to be like this. So on the Awaken side, the front side, the auto is once per turn when you play a battle card, choose it and it gets 5k power for the turn. And if this raises that card's power to 2,000 more, you draw a card. It's the same as it was before, where you play the first battle card you play, you give it 5k power, and if it goes to 20k or more, you draw a card. It's the same thing as that, but it's got a different way to awaken, where this time, you awaken when your life is at 4 or less, or if you have 3 or more Z energy. So that's very easy to pull off. You just see a combo 3 times to be able to charge 3 Z energy and be able to and then you get to awaken by drawing a card, untapping 1, and taking your life down to 6 if it's higher than 6. And then now when you awaken, you're now 15k lead. You've got 2 autos and activate main. So the first auto is the same as the front side, and then you've got also an auto where when you attack you draw 1. So a bit similar to the old one, but now you've got a new activate main where once per turn you choose up to 1 of your red Z battle cards with energy cost of 2, and it gets 5k power for the turn. And that is this one. I think there might be more in a set, but so far we've got this one, which is SS4 Son Goku Defender of Life. So once again, to play this one, you need to pay 2 energy, so 2 red energy, and also send 3 cards from your Z deck to your drop to play this card from your Z deck. It has Deflect, Double Strike, and also as well where when it's played, place it to 1 Saiyan card from your drop on the discard, and this card gains barrier for the turn. Additionally, if your opponent has 4 or more life, you deal 1 damage to them. So a good way to burn them down to 3, which is quite interesting. That's quite cool. And it also has Activate Main, where once per turn by paying 1 red if your leader card is a pan only card, so mainly this leader or the old one. You have 4 or more energy, and Great Ape Son Goku, the Aggressor, which I can't remember which leader card that is under this card, so that'd be the one you want to put under it with the auto. This card gains 5k power and dual attack for the turn, so that's pretty good for 2 energy, and essentially what is essentially 3Z energy you're gonna be getting there anyway to help your leader awaken. So that is a pretty strong move as well. So essentially you can when you get combo 3 cards in 3 different battles to get your 3Z energy, awaken your lead, and then you can play this Goku and you get to turn 2 because you can awaken that soon, to then drop this, deal damage to your opponent by the auto, place a card you have probably sent there from your Z energy to your drop under this lead to give it dual attack, and now let's say I get 5 for lead of your lead to get a boo of the draw. And then you can use the activate main to get another 5k. So it can gain 15k from your lead's auto, your lead's activate main, and its own activate main to go up to 35k, dual attack, double strike with barrier. That's pretty strong for 2 energy. I gotta say, well, mostly 2 energy, but that is pretty cool. That's for red. And then we also do get the starter deck list. So this is the cards in there. We don't know the quantities in there yet, but mostly it's been 2 of any exclusive, apart from the leader. And then, as well as that, 4 of the rest, with 2 of someone's. But we also get a reprint of Triple Flash in the deck as well. So that's a card that was reprinted ages ago back. I can't remember now. It was a good while ago. We had Triple Flash, back I honestly can't remember, but Triple Flash is a card we've had like at SBR as well, and it was reprinted like ages and ages ago. I think back during set 4 or 5 or something like that. And that's getting a reprint in the starter deck, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of good staples in there as well. So you get the Unbreakable in here, you get the Zenkai like Champa, you get After Image, you get Token Negate, Raditz, you get Borgos, which is pretty cool. Like you get some really good cards in these starter decks, so that's a nice thing to have in these starter decks now. Then for the blue one, for the blue trunks, so we got differences on this one. So it's got permanent on both sides as you used to have, where during your opponent's turn, if you would add a card from your life to your hand or place it in your dropper, you may reveal it and add it to your hand instead. So like that's a way to trigger the cards where if you reveal it from life, you get to play them or do some kind of stuff with them. So still got that. But now on the unawakened side, it also is when it attacks, instead of swinging the draw one, it's when it attacks, you cut up to 5 cards from top of your deck, add up to 1 Saiyan or Earthling card, both blue, and with an energy cost of 4 or less, or one blue unison with a specified cost of 2 among them to your hand and shuffle your deck. And note that is any blue unison with a specified cost of 2 among them, which is quite cool. So yeah, it's a nice way. It's probably a lot better as well. It's a lot nicer nowadays to search for certain things to go with your archetype rather than have to just draw one, because you can just draw a card. You might draw a card that you don't really want to have, which is a lot nicer to search for things nowadays. And its Awakening is when either player's life is 4 or less, or when a player has 3 or more Z energy. So either if you or your opponent has either 4 or less life or 3 or more Z energy, you can now awaken by drawing 1 and untapping 1. So that's quite cool. Like just as easy as it was for the old one. And now when you awakened, you have, and also when you attack, you draw a card. So now you just draw when you attack. You also have another auto that at the end of your turn switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode, so you're now untapping 1 at the end of your turn. That's quite cool. And you have a different version of the activate main now, where once per turn, pay 2 blue. You now draw a card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of his owner's deck. And additionally, if you have a mono blue Z battle card with energy cost of 5 or more in play, which is this Vegito, then this card gets 10k power and double strike for the turn. So that's pretty sick how you can pay 2 to draw a card, bottom deck strength theirs. Then if you have this Vegito, you get to be a 25k double strike leader. That then swings to draw a card and threatens 25k double strike, and then in your turn untap a blue energy. So you paid 2, you essentially paid 1 for that activate main because you want to untap the energy at the end of the turn. And the Z battle card we got is Vegito, Godly Spirit. So this one is when you have to pay 5 energy of your normal energy and send 3 cards from your Z energy to your drop to play this from your Z deck. It has all the keyword skills, and 2 that definitely shouldn't be together, being Deflect and Barrier alongside Triple Strike and Blocker. 30k and 2 autos. So the first one is if your leader card is a Trunks Future card, so it works with the older ones. When this card attacks or activates Blocker, you may add 1 card from your life to your hand, and if you do, add 1 card from your life to your hand. So that allows you to switch out your life with a card that you want to have in your life. So you can take basically put a card in that you want in your life, so you know if with leader to flip it over to reveal to get those effects off when they're revealed from life, and then take something else from your life to just manage your life to put in there what you want, which is quite cool. But it takes a while to get there because you've got to get the 5 energy to drop that though. And then it's got an auto of switch this card to active. At the end of your turn, you switch this card to active mode. Then you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, place it at the bottom of his owner's deck, and then your opponent places 1 card from the hand at the bottom of his owner's deck. So similar to an Ever card, if I remember, making your opponent. Yeah, I think it's the Hirudegan, but instead of going to top deck, it goes to the bottom deck, which is quite the end of your turn. So you get to attack with it, trigger the first auto, then restand it and make your opponent bottom deck a card from board and in hand, and then be able to block with it, trigger the auto again to move the life to like kind of reveal the card you played while putting a card back in your life to trigger what you put in the first time, which is quite nice. And being a triple strike threat every turn, that's protected by barrier and deflect, but also then being able to block in your opponent's turn is quite dumb, but it is quite a later turn play. And this is the contents of the starter deck. So as you see, some really good reprints in there. So we're getting a reprint of D-Magic and Chill Army Reinforcement, 2 good negates. Vegeta Discipline War, I think every starter deck is going to have this version of the super combo. You also get Bean, you get the SSB Vegito, 8-drop you can play on top of the Z-Battle card, and also you get a reprint in common in the starter deck of SS Trunks Saiyan Technique, which is really good. That's nice to get a reprint of that because some people couldn't get the event pack one or the original one, so it's nice to have that reprint here. So that's quite cool. These starter decks are really good value when they come out. Then we've got green rather than the Gotenks. So you've got the old Gotenks leader, so now it's got an auto where when it attaches to a 1, just like the old one. But now you have an auto, so you have a second auto this time now with this lead, where if you have 2 or more energy, when you activate a union skill, you can flip this card over to its back, and if you do that, you draw 1, untap 1, and take your life down to 6. So essentially, the same conditions as what was on the Awaken for the old one, but you do it where if you trigger that where you've got 2 more energy and you activate the union skill rather than have a certain units kind of like specified cost unison in your in play. But if you don't fulfill that and you just want to awaken normally, you do it at 4 or less life and you draw 1 and untap 1. So same kind of awakening, just you got it down to 4 before you can do that one. And now the awaken side for this new one is auto. When you activate a union skill, you play a ghost token with 50k power in rest mode. So almost the same thing, but 1 less that your old leader used to do by paying 1 green. And also you got the auto of swing and the attack, the swing and draw 1 like you did on the unawakened side. But now you've got an activate battle where once per turn you remove 1 of your ghost tokens from the game, so it makes use of these ghost tokens you play. You use up to 1 mono green card with 5k combo power from your drop area and a combo with the skills you get for the battle. So that's a very cheap and easy way to charge up your Z energy for the Z battle card, or Z leader. And this one's a Z leader, so this one, the requirements to play this, you need to have your leader awakened, pay 1 green, be it 5 or less life, and send 3 cards from your Z energy to your drop area to play this on top of your awakened Gotenks leader. And you play that from your Z deck. And now this one's got the skills of this one is an auto where if you activate a union skill you play a ghost token similar to the awakened leader. You also have an activate main now, which is limit 1, where you draw 1 card, then switch this card to active mode, so you get to essentially make this a dual attacker, which is quite cool. I do like that. And also this one's a special era one because it's different from the leader, unlike the other ones where I know we haven't seen the other ones really, have we? Well, seems to be the same character or a character same generation. This is a special one because it goes from Gotenks to Gotenks Adolescence if you Z-Awaken. And the activate battle is also limit 1, where you remove 1 Son Goten and 1 Trunks Youth card from your Z energy from the game. So you move from your Z energy. And this card gains 15k power and double strike for the game and for the battle. Then at the end of the battle you remove this card from the game. So that's quite cool. How you get like a free way to give 15k power and double strike to your leader for a game-ending swing with this, and you still get to get 2 attacks out of it to the activate main, which is cool. So you can swing with the front side to get the draw. Then you can Z-Awaken, restand the draw card and switch it back to active mode and swing again and trigger the activate battle. So this is actually pretty sick. Like I do like this. This looks pretty cool. And this is the contents of the deck. So once again we get another reprint of the Frieza Charismatic Villain in this one, like we did with the Cell deck. We also have the Super Saiyan Vanquished Villainy in here as well. The Token Negate Homicide Clones. We also have I think each of them's got SR as well on it. Where this one's got well, 2 SRs technically for this one. We got Gotenks All Out Assault as well in this one, and it's got mainly stuff revolving around the Gotenks stuff, and a lot of this is draft box things and those ones that help get effects when they're used for Union Fusion. So it's quite a cool deck, just like charismatic, and charismatic being a good one for this as well, like for the blue one. Then we have the last one being the yellow Goku deck. So ooh, wait, I've got that run the wrong way. Here's the promos for it. So here's the promos for the yellow Goku deck. Oh no, exclusive side, the leader and the Z-Awaken leader. So the front side of the leader is an activate main. Once per turn you look at the 10 cards on top of your deck, so a good chunk of it. So that's almost like a quarter of your deck when you start off. Mostly a quarter of the deck, sorry. And you get to look at the top 10 cards of the deck, add it to 1 yellow Earthling only card with entry cost of 1, or a yellow Unison card with special cost of 1, random to your hand and shuffle your deck. So yes, you got quite a few attacks for this. You look at 10 cards is quite a bit, looking at to make sure you rarely whiff off of it. and you've got quite a few cards you can look for, being 1-cost yellow Earthlings or 1-cost yellow Unison, so quite a few types for that. And its Awaken is pretty strong as well, because either when your life is 4 or less, or when you have one or more yellow yellow cards in play with Bulma or Yamcha in their card names, you may draw 1 card, untap 1, draw 1, untap 1, and take your life down to 6, then flip over. And when you do flip over, your now uncontrollable Great Ape Son Goku returns with an auto of when you choose 1 card, and choose one of your cards, switch to rest mode as the cost, and then when it attacks, you choose all your opponent's non-energy cards, switch to rest mode, which is pretty strong, resting down your opponent's blockers and stuff. And then you get to choose 1 or 2 effects. You either draw a card, or add 1 yellow Great Ape Son Goku childhood card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So you either search for something straight from your deck, or you draw a card. Either of those are guaranteed to gain you a card, as long as you know you've got targets in your deck for the second part. That's pretty cool. And you've got an activate battle as well, once per turn if it's your turn. Choose up to 1 of your mono yellow Earthling cards, 5k combo from your power from your drop area, and a combo with skills to get for the battle. So you get a free combo to charge up your Z energy quickly, which is very, very cool. And then you can Z-Awaken. So for this one, you need to pay 1 yellow, be it 3 or less life, and send 1 Great Ape Son Goku childhood card from your drop area to your warp, and send 2 cards from your Z energy to your drop area to evolve on top a Son Goku childhood awakened leader. So at the moment, basically for this deck being this awakened leader. So that's the requirements to drop this. Now you're 20k critical, which is pretty cool. Being 20k base is very strong. It means it's harder for your opponent to connect damage compared to the normal 15k. And now you've got an auto once per turn, choose 1 of your cards, switch to rest mode. So it's basically similar to the auto front side as the cost, where you're just resting 1 of your cards as the cost. And now when you attack, you play up to 1 yellow Bulma with an entry cost of 1 from your hand or drop area. So you're no longer resting down all their cards. You're just swinging and playing a yellow Bulma with entry cost of 1 from your hand or drop. And it comes out in active mode as well, which is quite cool. So you can then combo it and charge it to use the energy if need be. And there are some Bulma 1-drops that draw a card as well, so you can still get the draw off that as well. So you're playing something, getting the draw similar to how Trunks does it in the yellow Trunks, being able to play something that gets you a draw or sets you up stuff. It also has activate battle. Once per turn, you place 1 of your Z energy into its owner's drop area and remove 1 Son Goku childhood card from your drop area from the game. This card gets 1k power and double strike for the battle, and at the end of the battle, you move this card from the game. So kind of similar from the Gotenks, but instead you're placing 1 card from your Z energy in its drop, and remove 1 Son Goku childhood from your drop area from the game to just gain 10k in double strike. So still a good way to finish off, which is quite nice. And yeah, and then as we said, we had the starter deck exclusive shown there. So you've got Never Reprint the Turtles, you've got Flying Nimbus as well, the Token Negate, and then 2 different Bulma targets as well, and some exclusives. So interesting with this. Got some of the the Theme Booster 2 stuff in it, Yamcha and Tien, and yeah, it's quite interesting. So I think some of these exclusives are quite cool with the deck as well, but I'll be interested in picking up this deck and giving it a try because it looks quite cool. So going back for that, we also get promos as well. As I said, we get the promos for the starter decks showing off the different ones. So we got for the red, we got Videl. I think they're all Z battle cards. We got the Videl, Daughter of the World Champ for the Pan deck. Which is a 1-drop unique. If there are 1 or more red Earthling cards in your Z energy, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less, and KO it, and then this card gains 10k power for the turn. So this one to play it, you need to pay 1 energy and send 2 cards from your Z energy to your drop. And then my future possibilities is the same kind of requirement as Pan, but as Videl. But this one is an auto. If there are 1 or more Trunks future cards in your Z energy, when this card attacks, it gets 10k power for the turn. So kind of a similar way to trigger the similar thing as what the Videl does, but it also has activate main of once per turn. If there are 1 or more Trunks feature cards in your Z energy during your opponent's next turn, the first time they attack with a battle card with an entry cost of 5 or more, you negate the attack at the start of that card's offensive battle step. So that's quite interesting. So you activate that, and then at the start of during your opponent's next turn, if they attack with anything, a battle card that's 5 cost or more, it gets negated. And you've got that. It's not like when they have to require to do it when they attack with it. It's just in that effect. Just if you do, is going to get negated, which is quite cool. Then for the other ones, I think they all have the same cost to play, where it being one energy plus 2 cards from your Z energy. And for green, we've got Piccolo Master's Teaching. So this one is an auto, limit 1. If your leader is green has Gotenks in its character name, and you discard 2 cards from your hand. When this card is played, you can play it to 1 Gotenks Fusion Confusion from your deck, then shuffle your deck. And if you don't know what that card is in the starter deck. It's the 3-drop failed attempt of Gotenks, and it has Deflect Barrier, and it's got an effect to sack it off to grab a Trunks and Goten materials from your drop barrier back to your hand, and pop something on your opponent's battle area. I think it was 3 or less, or just pop something. But it's quite a good promo for it, I feel. And then it's got another auto once per turn, switches card to rest mode. When you attack with a Gotenks card that with energy cost of 5 or more, you choose up to 1 card in your opponent's battle area and use it in a combo in your combo area. So that's quite a cool way to rid your opponent of cards from your from their battle area by comboing them off. That's quite cool. And it's just any 1 card your opponent has in the battle area. So you can choose any of your opponent's battle cards, they combo it off. I don't know if you have to pay the combo cost. I don't think you do. I think you just combo the card. You don't have to pay the combo cost of it, which is pretty cool. As like a new way to remove off. But also then the question comes down to because you're comboing the card, is your opponent, so do you get to charge it to the Z energy, or do they get to charge it to the Z energy? That's going to be an interesting question that hopefully gets answered in the FAQ before the set comes out. And then for yellow, you've got Oolong Greed is Good. This is a one drop 4K, which is unique, and its active main is once per turn. You can choose up to 1 battle card in play, just in either you or your opponent's. And the ignoring barrier, and then this card's power becomes that chosen card's power at the time you use this with the skill, and then at the start of your opponent's turn, this card goes back to 4,000 power. So essentially, you can choose if your opponent's got something that's 40k, you can go choose that, ignoring barrier. This now becomes 40k, swing with it, and it's only the power it becomes that power of what you choose when you choose it. So if your opponent gives a boost to that card that you chose in, this doesn't get a boost because it's only from when you selected it. So that's quite interesting, not that busted, but it's quite cool to be able to just go, you've got something that's huge, I'm going to copy it to then swing with it as a huge attacker. That's typical of Oolong, like copying it, but temporarily. So that's the promos for the starter decks, and then yeah, we got the anniversary box trailer, which I'll just grab up now to put on.
The Dragon Ball Super card game is celebrating its 5th anniversary. And we're celebrating like never before. Introducing the 5th anniversary set. The 5th anniversary card set. This set includes 2 copies each of 18 brand new cards for a total of 36 cards.
So this is quite cool. We get so here's the cards that we're going to be getting for the anniversary set. So we're going to get, these are the cards we're going to get as the exclusives that we guaranteed to get 2 copies of. So you got to get 2 anniversary boxes to get the full 4 cards for the set. So we got some red Pilaf, red Android 18, which might be for the U7 Goku because it's U7 Archetype, because it's in that she's in a tracksuit or pink tracksuit, which normally is from the Universal Survival arc. Then we got the SS Rose Goku Black there for Goku Black stuff. A Blue Boo, that's quite cool. We also got a green Frieza there. Also some support for the green Ginyu deck with Ginyu there, which I'm looking forward to. A yellow Dispo, and a new SS3 Gotenks. That might be for the what's it, set 11 or something, set 10, 11 Gotenks deck, the Adolescence one. And we got a new Hatchet card, which that'd be interesting to see. So I think that might be critical there. I think I see a C, so I'll be interested to see what that is for Hatch. Mass Saiyan card for the Mass Saiyan deck. A multicolored Piccolo, multicolored Cell, a new 8-drop for it. Then we get a Hit Unison for the Reboot Hit deck, which is cool. A Bulma for the blue Vegeta SS4 Vegeta GT deck. A Majin Vegeta for the Babidi, Majin Vegeta and Babidi leader. Yellow Gohan for the Whis. A Poutine, which I think is for, I can't remember if it's Goku Br or Toa, sorry, the Dark Empire archetype. And then a multicolored Shield for the multicolor Frieza clan stuff.
even better, they all come in a stunning silver foiling. Zenkai Booster Packs. 2 packs, each including 12 random new Zenkai cards from 18 types. All exclusive to this product. SCR.
I do want to go back to that a little bit. So these are the exclusive cards for this anniversary box. So every anniversary box we get exclusive cards to help support older sets, like older decks and older archetypes. And they're all Z. I think let's check. They're all Z cards. Yeah, they're all brand new Z cards. So there's all the new mechanic cards, and we've got a long range of stuff. And also, as it says, you get in each pack you get 12 cards. You get 2 packs with 12 cards out of the 18 types, which is quite cool. So if you get 2 boxes to get the full playset of the exclusive stuff from that you're guaranteed to get 2 of, you then get more chance to get more of these. And we've got a SS Gogeta, which could be for any of the by the looks of it, Gogeta BR leaders. We've got a Janemba Z leader, which I'm not sure if that looks like it might be either for the skillless one or the crit one. Like it could be for either, or it could be for the mill. Not sure. Like it could be for one of the 3 Janemba leaders. Having a Z leader, which is quite interesting. We've got a blue Whis there. I don't know what that'd be for. A green Majin Buu Z leader, which could be for the green blue stuff. Be interesting to see what that I asked for, because on the Awaken side of that is Kid Buu. So this is Evolve. This is when it says Obs Gohan. So I'm not sure if it's for that, but that's the only green Buu leader. So that'd be interesting for that. Then we get a Super Saiyan Goku one. Could be for the Clash Q. Could be for the Dread. Also the Set 10 Goku lead. Not sure. Then we got a Z-Awaken Masu lead, which could go for the Wish Masu, I think, for that leader. We got like a Z battle card for SS Son Gohan for the future Z Gohan deck. A Frieza which might be just for Flip Gohan, or maybe Set 1 Frieza, maybe, I'm not sure. Then we get a Z-Awaken leader for the Black Broly lead, which is interesting because you see it's black. So we get a Z-Awaken leader for that promo lead. That'd be interesting to see what this does, because that's quite cool. A Z battle card for Toa. A Z Super Baby 1 battle card, which is interesting. A Z hit as well. Then we got a Z-Awaken leader for the old Set 2 or 3 Vegeta. People have been asking for support for that, and it finally gets a new Z-Awaken leader, which is very strong. Once again, if you want to see some of the, like, we got some pictures, like close-ups of these to see them a little bit clearly what their effects are. So check out the Discord. The information is down in there. We got a Ultra Instinct Son Goku one, which is for the Red Gohan Universe 7 deck. We got SS Khalifa, a Z battle card for the Kale leader. Then we got this ever SS Vegito one, which is a Z battle card for the Vegito. So you get the old Vegito leader that makes all your Goku and Vegetas different multicolored. That deck has some new support in a Z leader and a Z battle card, which is cool. Then we got a SS Son Goku, Zeno Goku 1 Z battle card for the Zeno Goku lead, and then a multicolor SS Broly, the Demon Revived, which is I think support for either the OG Broly and also the Broly Surge one. So that's quite cool.
Including 12 random new Zenkai cards from 18 types, all exclusive to this product. SCR Pack. 3 secret rare cards get a long-awaited Alt-Art reprint.
So yeah, that is right. We get free. You got a chance of. You get a secret rare in the anniversary box, guaranteed. Now it's so you get 1 of 3. So it's not guaranteed to be exactly like it's not all free. You can get 1 of the 3 in your anniversary box. You got a chance to get either the Set 3 Hyper Evolution Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku, the Set 6 Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction, which I've been waiting for them to reprint or to be able to get, and we're finally getting it, so my dream's got to come true. That I can finally now play Slug Harudagan in its full form as I would want to play it. And that is actually sick. And also, one that every blue player has been wanting, every person that wants to play blue and be cheaper, is Baby Hatchak Saiyan Destroyer. So this is pretty sick. They've reprinted a secret rare that goes with one of the archetypes, that goes well with one of the archetypes in the latest set. they also, well, in the latest set at the moment, they also pretty one of the cards that's only like massively expensive because it's a collector's item. So people who want to play it, and like myself, who actually want to play, like, have it and play it, but don't want to spend insane amounts just because it's a collector's thing, can finally get the card now. And then Baby Hatch makes it so if you're playing a blue deck and you don't, which this is the only, really, this is the only secret rare you play in blue, unless your deck physically can't play it because of a deck building restriction. This is the really the best and only secret rare for blue that people play, and it's fantastic. They're actually finally getting this. This is finally actually getting reprinted. So if anyone wants to play blue, they're not restricted to thinking, can I get Hatch? No, maybe not. So they can people can play blue now a lot cheaper, not having to worry about having to pay a lot of money for the secret rare. They get a reprint, which is actually amazing.
In a stunning hollow and gold stamp treatment. Each pack includes one of 3 SCRs. Which will you pull? Exclusive sleeve. Each set includes one of 4 sleeve designs. Sleeve up your deck with DBSCG artwork. 5th anniversary set storage box. This year's storage box is big enough to hold everything we've just shown you. Our first ever gold stamp storage box is here.
So this storage box is going to be gold stamped. That's weird. Like, I don't think anybody cares about the storage box apart from just to put the cards in, or just if they keep it sealed. But it gold stamped, just it's a waste of gold foiling.
With Zenkai card artwork. And let's not forget the revision set. Each set includes 36 cards with updated post-errata text. It's all here in the 5th anniversary set. And there's more. Pre-orders for the 5th anniversary set premium edition are beginning today on Premium Bandai USA. Taking the face of the 5th anniversary set, this premium edition is packed with over-the-top exclusive extras. 5th anniversary card set premium edition. All 36 cards from the standard version get the full holo treatment. Zenkai Booster Pack Premium Edition. All 12 random cards in each pack come in stunning holo versions. And just like the standard edition, every Premium Edition anniversary box comes with 2 of these packs. Go Premium and let your deck shine. SCR Card Set. An astounding set of all 3 SCRs, each with alternate artwork only available in the Premium Edition. Celebrate 5 years of the Dragon Ball Super card game with these must-have cards. Exclusive playmat. The Premium Edition also comes with an exclusive playmat. Our first ever rubber playmat with a Zenkai deck area and Zenkai energy area also features a famous scene from Dragon Ball's original story. In addition, the Premium Edition includes the random sleeves and revision set from the Standard Edition.
So you can play a lot more to get the anniversary box Premium Edition, but it's only available at the moment, as we know, via Premium Bandai for the US. Not sure about the rest of the world if they're gonna I know before it's the same as Collector's Edition. Collector's Edition was exclusive to Premium Bandai, but the rest of the world's been able to get the Premium Edition at local game stores. So hopefully it's the same case to get the chance to get this. But yeah, this comes with like full on holo versions of the exclusive cards, with the 2 packs that have the new cards, new Z cards and stuff in it. It also still comes with a revision set, the sleeves, and instead of coming with a pack where you can pull one of the 3 secret rares, it comes with all 3 secret rares in a more bling version of them. So an alt art of the alt arts, and then it also comes with an exclusive mat that actually has the zones on. Now, this is something I wish they had on some of the other mats to have the actual zones on, because that looks actually pretty cool. Like, it looks really basic, really cool, and nice to have all the zones and stuff showing it where everything goes, which is quite interesting.
The 5th anniversary set is set to release in October 2022. Orders for the Premium Edition are being held on Premium Bandai USA. Check the official website for all the details. Oh, and one more thing. We've prepared a special collectible to celebrate 5 years of DBSCG. The Dragon Ball Super Card Game 5th Anniversary Pure Silver Card. Each one of these pure silver treasures is housed in an acrylic case. The production run is limited to 555 pieces, each engraved with a unique serial number. This is your chance to own a one-of-a-kind piece of DBSCG history.
One of a kind with 35 different versions. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's cool. So if you do order from the Premium Bandai one and get this one, you also get a chance. You also get the this out of the 55 pieces to get this silver version of the Secret Rare, which is cool. Like, I love to just have it to play it because I want that Secret Rare for Pilaf, but don't know if I would if I got it. But once again, is the Premium Banner thing which is only to the US. I'm not sure if the Certus 55 pieces are just for the Premium Bandai ones in the US, or if they'll be available in the ones that we potentially get in the UK. They might be just for the US. I'm not sure.
Pre-orders open today for the Dragon Ball Super Card Game 5th Anniversary Pure Silver Card. Only 555 will be made, so head to Premium Bandai USA for the chance to buy this incredible piece of memorabilia.
See, that is actually pretty cool. But once again, is one of those things where US get the exclusives. Like, if this is only available at US, that kind of sucks for the rest of the world not being able to get this card. Like, people collect from all over. It's quite interesting, but if it's not available everywhere else outside the US, that just does suck, because that is quite cool. But being not able to get it because you don't live in that country, but the game's still played in your country, you still get stuff. It sucks. Yeah, and once again that little thing there, showing that, and then we have the, if I can get to it. Ah, why is it not stopping? Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, I gotta take this off as well. So yeah, that was it for the spoilers. That was shown on the thing in the trailers. And lastly, like I normally do with this series now, is end it with the local results when I do this. So for the last week, for this week's Webcam Locals, we had 6 people come and play for the Friday Webcam Locals I do. And here are the results. We got first was Remy playing Gamma with a Gamma deck, going 3-0. Myself coming in second with Garlic Jr. going 2-1 and using the Remy. Third with Big O playing Token Toa, going 2-1 as well and using the Remy. Then we had Ira Torum in fourth playing his Set 2 Android 17, going 2-1-2. I think it losing just me and Ollie. And then we have Dan the Man playing Token Toa. I don't know what he lost, if it was I know he lost to me in the final round. And Remy, and then Turner Stone, Johnny playing as King Vegeta BR, going 0-3. So that is it for the video. We'll have this going regularly again, starting from now, because we're getting the reveals starting Monday, weekly now until we see all the results. So every Sunday now, going forward, up until the end of the spoilers, we're going to have this going with the week's news all in one go. So if you want to check it out, feel free to look back next Sunday and see the next episode of this. So once again, thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.